So the iPhone 15 Pro has been out for a little bit of time now, and I wanted to go and kind of showcase some more of my favorite tricks and tips that I love about these particular phones. Now the 15 Pro is a little bit more unique in general because you do have a little bit more capability and some more, quality with this particular device that you don't really have with the standard iPhones. So with the iPhone 15, the 15 Plus, this one has a little bit more capability, which is genuinely very, very cool. Now, starting off, one of the first things I recommend kind of taking a look at is within the action button. Now, within the newest versions of software, you do have a little bit more capability with your action button, which is so cool. So on your Pro iPhones, what you can always do is make your way over to your iPhone settings, scroll down until you see this little action button setting. So scroll into here, and there's already some more modes that Apple has given us. But the best thing I'd recommend doing is going through, particularly for these Pro model iPhones, and setting up some sort of action for your action button. If you're familiar with the Pro model iPhones, you probably already know this, but just go through, set up some more action button things, and you should be good to go. The best thing I've heard is just setting it up via Siri shortcut. So you can go ahead and click on the create a shortcut button here, and then find a shortcut that you like. That way, every time you click on the action button, it will basically set up that shortcut. Now you can still access and turn on or off silent mode by swiping down from the top right and tapping on either that little silent button right here, which will turn on or off the silent option for your phone. And you can always enable or disable focus modes by coming into here too. So kind of customize that action button. I definitely do think it's one of my favorite tricks with these particular phones. Now another thing that all the iPhone 15s have the capability of doing, which is amazing, is reverse charging other devices. So on the USB Type-C port at the very bottom of this phone, you do have the capability of plugging this particular phone into other products. So this basically entails grabbing another USB Type-C cable like this, plugging in one end to this particular phone, and then plugging in the other end to another product. So for example, if I go and grab my other iPhone right here, I can go and plug this iPhone right into here, and you should be able to see that it'll start charging. So it may take a second, but you can see I am charging my iPhone 13 Pro from my iPhone 15 Pro, a pretty cool thing. And that's another thing I'd probably recommend taking a look at as well. It doesn't take too much time to just plug in your phone, but that's a very cool thing, a very unique feature for the for iPhone 15s, but it also works on the iPhone 15 Pro, which is another awesome thing. Now another cool thing is that for the iPhone 15s in general, we actually have the ability of seeing our iPhone battery cycle count. So this is different than before, because before we could see our battery health, but now we can see our battery cycle count, which is genuinely so cool. So we can do this by going into our iPhone settings right here. We can scroll down until we see our little, general option, which is right here. We can click on About, which is right at the very top, not software update, click on About, and then you'll see these little options come up. Now, if you kind of keep scrolling down, you should see a little button that says Cycle Count. So this is the amount of times your battery has kind of cycled through. The higher the number, the kind of usually the worse condition your battery is going to be. If we go and take a look at our battery health, it's still going to be at 100% probably, but it's still something that you want to keep as low of a battery cycle count that you can do. That's another thing I'd probably recommend taking a look at for sure. Now on top of that, iOS 17 brought a really cool thing which gave us the capability of our, basically our sticker keyboard. So within iMessage, we now have the capability of having a dedicated super keyboard or sticker keyboard, which is amazing. So what we can do is we can make our way over to our iPhone, iMessage, whatever option you have, click on the little plus button, and you can click on stickers. Now, if I haven't already kind of explained it, stickers are basically just random things that you can kind of drag and drop all over the place. So what I'd recommend doing is clicking on this little plus button right here, scrolling down until you find a specific thing that you can actually add as a sticker. So usually it's like subjects with the forefront. So if I go and take a look at this flower right here, what I can do is I can go and bring in this flower, and it will automatically try to find the specific sticker within this particular panel. So what I can do is I can go and click on Add Sticker, and that's going to add the sticker to my actual sticker keyboard. So now what I can do is I can drag and drop these stickers over iMessages or over text, not text, but over iMessages and different things like that. And it's actually very, very cool. Now you don't have to do it. You can also delete it. You can still basically get the same thing as you went to before. But it's genuinely a super cool thing, and I'm very, very happy that we have this type of capability because it is genuinely one of the coolest things going on for iMessage right now on iOS 17. It's a super cool thing. So create all the stickers that you want to, and it's a super nice feature to have. Now another thing is drag and drop system-wide. Now this feature has been here for so long, but I love doing it on these Pro model iPhones because they have 120 Hz displays, and it just looks so much smoother to kind of drag and drop things than like a 60 Hz iPhone. So we make our way over to our iPhone options here. You should be able to see a bunch of things and a bunch of photos that you normally would have seen before. So what you can do is you can drag an image just like this, and you'll see that if I go and hold it down and I kind of just shake it around with my finger, you can see that it will actually go through and kind of show me like a little like highlight of it in the background. So I can use my second finger and kind of drag this around into other places too. So if I want to drag and drop this into like another notes, like a little note or whatever, I can drag and drop it right into here, and you can see it'll come right into this page. It really is that basic, and it's actually super cool. So I can do this again system-wide. So I can drag and drop this particular image from here. I can drag and drop it right here if I want to. So it's another option. So it doesn't just only work for photos. You can do this for basically anything else across the system, like I mentioned before, which is genuinely so awesome. Now, on top of that, we all know that AirDrop got many improvements within iOS 17. iOS 17.2 brought even more improvements. You can now share, like movie tickets and different things like that. So if you want to be able to do that on any of the iPhone 15s or any iPhone on iOS 17, what you want to do is make your way over to your general settings right here. You want to scroll down until you see a little option that says AirDrop, so you don't even have to scroll, it's right up here. Tap on the AirDrop, this next page is going to come up, and right here where it says bringing device together, if you go ahead and enable this, what this is going to allow you to do is it's going to easily basically allow you to swap numbers with name drop, share photos, and basically do a bunch of other things across the board by literally just tapping two iPhones together from the very top. So basically just like hold two iPhones next to each other at the very top right here. You've probably seen the name drop thing. You can basically do that, and you'll basically be able to get this type of capability straight from there, which is genuinely so cool again. Now, if you don't want to enable it, you can always disable it, which is probably the smarter thing to do. So you can disable it right here, and that might help you out for a couple of people. For one, you can probably save a little bit of battery life, but also two, that little annoying thing where if you bring an iPhone next to each other, it basically will go off. You can basically just kind of delete that and basically just turn it off from there. Now, another amazing thing that our iPhones have that still a lot of devices don't have yet is basically being able to show our Wi-Fi password. So if you want to do this, what you can do is you can make your way over to your settings application, and just like so, you can go and scroll down until you see general. You can go and scroll over until you see Wi-Fi. So tap into this Wi-Fi panel right here. This next page is going to come up. Now what you want to do is you want to click on this I button, and then what you want to do here when you see all this Wi-Fi information, you want to go and tap onto your little Wi-Fi or your little like password, which is right there. And it's going to show you the actual password of your particular area. So this is actually really cool because if you want to just basically see your password, you can just see it this way. And it's actually something that's super, super awesome. Now finally, the last thing I want to show you on your particular iPhones is enabling a couple of different charging modes. So this can help your iPhone's battery life and battery health, but can also probably optimize your particular iPhone's battery, just your iPhone health in general in the long term. So you can do this by going into your settings application of your iPhone, scrolling down until you see your battery option. So scroll down until you see battery, which is right here. Go ahead and tap on battery, not there. You want to tap on here, and then this page is going to come up. Now under battery health and charging, you can tap onto here, and this page is going to come up. So now what you want to do where it says charging optimization, you can go and choose whether you want to optimize battery charging, the 80% limit, or none. I would probably recommend just keeping it on optimized. That might help out for some people, but you can also do 80% limit if you want your iPhone to stop at 80%. Now you can also go and turn on clean energy charging. This is another option for some people because if you want to go and enable it, you can just go and turn it on, and that will basically make it so that if your region supports it, you can go and basically have cleaner energy charging your particular iPhone. So those are pretty much some of my favorite tricks and tips for your iPhone 15 Pro specifically. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that helps me so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video.